We are live. What's good? What's happening? This is Remy Please from Flight Room TV. This is another episode of Overtime. Overtime 103. 103. And with my co-host Keys Lighthouse. Today is August 18th, 2023. August 12th just passed 2023, which marks the 50th year anniversary of hip hop. 50 years of hip hop. That's a long damn time. And
Really long time.
Ironically, people are saying, in the whole rap metaverse, multiverse, whatever, that pretty much hip hop is meeting its dying days. And Ebro, for whatever it's worth, if you like to listen to him, but he's saying that record labels are now focusing on African music, like Afro beats and Latin music. I mean, I don't know if you would consider that as like a bad thing, because like we kind of predicted, like we said like probably 2-3 episodes ago that Afro beats is probably going to save the world. So I don't see as that taking over, because it's like a positive message and whatnot. But the downside is, hip hop is dying, and like we've seen this dying. Recently, the number one, no artist had reached the number one still single to this day on top 100 for whatever that's. That don't really gauge like talent or whatever, but that does get gauge, I guess, popularity. But only as of recent, Lil Uzi and Travis Scott in this August, they recently reached the top 100 and 200 for whatever that means. So, like, what's y'all response to, y'all beloved meeting the slow demise?
Well, can you put the tweet back up real quick? All right, so he's basically saying, he said it should be noted many major record labels have deprioritized signing rappers. The focus is now African music and Latin music. He's saying Ebro, because I don't really listen to Ebro, but he's one of the larger voices in hip hop. So he's got some influence, and then behind the scenes, I'm sure he know a lot of people. So he's basically saying that rappers better stop being boring and talking about the same shit over and over again, chasing TikTok success in comment sections. So that's basically, I'm assuming that's what he's saying is killing it. I don't even know if it's something that's recent, because you can go always as far back as when did Nas come out with that Hip Hop Is Dead album, like a long ass time.
Yeah, long ass.
You know what I'm saying? And if you kind of watch the progression of the music from let's say back then, you can kind of see it getting to this point where because I don't think people really listen to the radio anymore like they used to. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And the music that they play on the radio is not, it doesn't really reflect like what male rap artist is on the radio now that be rapping.
No, you're right. It's always been a female dominant, even though if it was male rappers. I remember we went to like KYS and we tried to get a record played on there, and the dude told us straight up, is like, you got to have it like, a female focused record
all the way.
Yeah. Well, what I'm just saying in general, as far as the overall artist that's making it on radio, are there any male rap artists that be rapping? Because all I hear on the radio, if I do turn it on, is female rappers. You know what I'm saying? If it is a rap song, and if it is a male rapper, they don't really be rapping; they be singing for real. Like Dirk be singing, Roddy Ricch be singing, Lil Baby be singing. So all these niggas really be singing. You know what I'm saying? But they call them rappers still. So who be like having bars that be on the radio? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think you really see that. So. To the point, and I guess even bars itself is kind of like the overall essence of the art form, So if they're not even, that's not even making it at all, then that's kind of like, to me, the sign of the beginning of the end. It's kind of been almost watered down all the way, and it doesn't have its same, it doesn't have that same that feel it had. Like when you used to listen to your music, you rewind it to hear back what the artist say. You try to hear the bars. We used to watch Freestyle Friday. You like all that aspect of hip hop has kind of been washed down, and I think that kind of killed it for real. You know what I'm saying? And now I was watching some shit the other day. A dude was basically saying like, he was like saying, who wants to go to the club and listen to murder psychopath music and shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
Right, it's true.
And it's real. It's like how you in the
It's
club trying to
true.
have a good time and niggas is literally because remember, before even though niggas was talking about like shooting and killing, like let's say like in the early 2090s, it was still some sort of like innuendo-esque. Like they wasn't just they was kind of softening it
They
up
wasn't
to
beating
make
you
it.
over the head with this
They were
shit.
they was kind of making it easy to listen to. But like
Right.
now it's just straight murder, you know what I'm saying? And it's different.
Right.
Niggas was talking about being fly and hustling and I got the ladies and this shit and I got luxury shit and I got jewelry. Now it's just straight murder, you know what I'm saying? And I think when you take that aspect out of it, I think that's what kind of just the overall just the draw of hip hop kind of is watered down. And I don't even think people like it as much as they used to for real. I think
Yeah,
that's the spot. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
the people that do you just go along to get along. But all right, let me say this. That you can apply that also to like the female artists, you know what I mean? Like they are the ones that's like you said, like in the windows, like there's no in the windows with these artists. They just like
Yeah.
flat out take that dick, take that out. That is
Yeah.
no,
wild.
like you know what I mean,
It's
there's
wild.
no let me stick my key in your ignition. It's like none of that. Like
Exactly.
it's like
But even though you knew what he meant, it's easier to listen to rather
It's
than
much
just
easier.
dick in the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like just straight up.
Straight up. Yeah.
what
But we also gotta I also think that it's like our generation versus the newer generation, there is a difference. And I think one of the biggest differences is us when we was growing up, we were, we would give artists, second chances. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like an artist may come out with a song that we may not bang with, or an album we may not bang with. But guess what? You bang with that artist, you're like, yo, I'm just waiting for the next album. Maybe the next album will be better. This generation, they ain't got time for that. They will be on to the next thing. And guess what? They're on to the next trend. And the next trend right now is the Afro beats. The next trend right now is the European music. So hip hop, for all intents and purposes, we're the ones that's still keeping that shit alive, not these niggas.
Yeah, and then you say like
That's a good point.
everybody's singing and it's melodic and it's like, but now it's like the Afrobeats are more melodic than y'all, so of course they're gonna go there. And then now they speaking to like nations, and now they speaking to like
It got international.
like now it's like the language is kind of like crossing barriers. It's like you really don't know what they're saying, but like it's like you can relate to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, in general, like you can play that music at any setting. You know what I'm saying? Like where you can't play that drill shit any fucking where. You know what I'm saying? You just can't.
That's true.
So I mean, and at the end of the day, it's all about making money, and whatever the majority of the people can, like I said, a song that, like, perfect example. Let's say that Baby Shark shit. Baby Shark is probably got the most fucking plays on YouTube. It's a children's song. It's accepted worldwide. You can't go wrong. It's clean. It's safe. And now that's why whoever came up with that shit is making a lot of money. But and I guess even what Ebro was saying is like I guess just the content, the content in hip hop kind of like stays in the box. And most people can't relate to that. Most people don't live. 99% of the people that listen to this shit don't live the lifestyle that these rappers talk about. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't relate to this shit. Niggas say that they got the one song, the Afro beats, Why You Treat Me Like Joanna. A lot of niggas can relate to that better than shooting niggas in the face. You know what I'm saying? That shit is way more universal. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
so true.
That just simple shit like that. Like I don't know, man, but. Did we see this coming though? That's the thing though. Is this something that was this by plan? Do you think this was a setup? Or was this an intentional attempt to try to kill the genre? Or you think this is just a natural progression of a kind of like when you sell your culture, I guess you would say, and it gets into other people's hands and they can do what the fuck they want to do to it, to the point where it gets so exploited that it loses what it was originally about.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
I see multiple avenues to that shit. But go ahead.
Because you think about it, and let's say how everybody always be saying, they always be like, oh, these record labels only want to sign these dudes who talk about violence and shooting and killing. But it's like, did they overplay their hand to the point where they didn't just destroy the whole genre? You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I see what
They
you're
was trying
saying.
to get that fast money. They're like, oh shit, man, these kids love these violent rappers. Like, oh look, if it generates fast money, but then after a while, that shit gets old. These rappers
Yeah.
be here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then
It's
these
like they
niggas
tying
become,
it up. It's like, all right, let's wrap this. Let's wrap this up.
and these rappers become liabilities and all this other shit. And when you can't even keep a rap around long enough without them getting killed or going to jail, you know, it's like it. It's sad. It's like the shit that be selling be the shit that be the high risk shit as far as when it comes to the labels.
It could also, well, yeah. It also could be that maybe there's another maybe they're entering into the new agenda because we all know that they exploited hip hop and there was an agenda with hip hop. If
Yeah,
that's dying out, that means that there's another phase coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's so. I mean, what that is, I don't know, but
But then it depends if the I guess the Afro beats culture, if they gonna keep that what it is or if they sell out. You know what I'm saying? That I guess
that's
it all
true.
depends. It all depends on that right now. You know.
Because
It
hip
do.
hop did start. You used to start with a hop.
So let me ask you this. So when okay, let's say like an Afro beats, like when we can hear them, but like visually, what do you see? Like if you guys have even seen like music videos or things, so like what type of vibe do they have from a visual standpoint? You know what I'm saying? Because you know they like to play on that type of shit. Like
I don't know, man.
you
Go
know,
ahead, Ren.
I've
Go ahead.
never really
Go
looked
ahead,
at
Ren.
you know.
That's a good That's a good question.
Well, I say I watched Tim's. I watched one of her performances. You know what I'm saying? And she probably like one of the bigger artists. You know what I'm saying? In that whole Afro beat shit. And she wasn't really like putting herself out there like that. She wasn't like over sexualizing herself. And I was
Mhm.
kind of, I'm like, all right, if they would, that's what if that was in this culture, that's some shit she probably would have did. You know what I'm saying? So
Like
it just, you say what?
Drake and Future just like hijacked her song and like made I would be there for you. Like they hijacked her song
Mhm.
and then put her as the feature on her song and then made it
God
big.
damn.
You know they single, right?
The one with Tim's on it?
Yeah. So that was originally her song, and then like
Oh, I didn't know that.
she had like a full length song, and then they hijacked that junk and then put her on the hook on their song.
That's
It kind of
insane.
makes sense though, because that beat, it sound like that would be like her shit. Yeah.
So it's like they try to like what I mean like Americanize that shit to a point. So
Hmm.
just like how I don't know, this is like a dumb example, but like how the Lord knows junk, the Meek Mill and
Hmm.
Tory Lanez had a whole song of that, and then he shrunk it down and then added his verses, and then it had Tory Lanez on the hook. So it's like the same thing.
Or so let me ask you guys this: what do you think it would take for like to spike the needle? What would it take for hip hop for it to be like, okay, hip hop is back? Because you know, what I'm saying we get little spurts, little pieces of gems here and there, but it's just like, what would it take for it to?
See, I don't know because it all depends on your perspective, right? Because
Mhm.
everybody kind of listen to the music for different reasons. Like let's say like the lyrical rappers, right? The Kendrick Lamar's, the fucking J. Cole's, like those was like the last of those niggas. You know what I'm saying? They all in their 30s, so it's like ain't no young dudes that's coming up that's kind of falling in that same pathway. So if you said what?
Things gonna die with them.
It seemed like because there ain't nobody that's like no 21, 22-year old that's coming up that just got bars and you like, oh shit, like let me rewind that metaphor was crazy. Like let me hear that again. Like not really, you know what I'm saying? And so I think I think it's kind of sad that those dudes is basically like 35 years old, 36, 37, 38, and they
Right.
the last ones, man. That's kind of crazy.
Because I
So I
try to
mean,
to Simba, and I was like, "Oh, this thing is kind of like the old model." Now it's like fucked up, but it's like true. He's like
yeah, I
the
mean,
old.
yeah, but then you see who he rap with is all the same people. It's the same people
Yeah,
that come from that
yeah.
same cloth. You know what I'm
He's younger
saying?
than.
And it's funny because they be trying to. It seems like they try to find one or two every now and then to try to keep it alive, but they never like really catch on. Like Corday, Corday was supposed to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't, but and he from the DMV, and I don't know. I never really like just really listened to his music like on the regular like that.
Yeah.
So, but I
But
don't
yeah,
know, man. What's as far as what is it going to take? This is a completely different generation. We grew up with these artists. We would buy, Jay-Z's album in high school, and we listened to that shit every day. You know what I'm saying? You listening to the same three albums for months straight. You know what I'm saying? Or after that, the mixtape era. You listening to these niggas before anybody else knew who they was. You got their mixtapes. Then they about 3, 4 mixtapes in. Their first album come out. They already got a cult following. So you kind of like support, but these new kids is here today, gone tomorrow. You don't even really
Yes,
build a
absolutely.
connection with the artist no more. So for that type of rapper, when that's not the trend to be like a lyrical rapper right now, I can't see this younger generation latching on to somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? I think this generation, you got to have like some sort of like drama or some sort of like story to go along with you. It's not about just the music no more. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, for facts.
I think that's the best way. So I don't think so, man. Because this is a completely different generation. They didn't connect to the music the same way that we
yeah,
did. You
that's
know what I'm
true.
saying? It's not the same. Even that a playlist. Even now, niggas listen to playlists. They don't listen to whole albums. A nigga will listen to an album one time, like about 6 or 7 of them joints, maybe, and then that's it. You don't even go back to them joints no more. That
Yeah,
the other
pick
songs
your
on the album.
best three, and that's it.
Yeah, and then you keep it moving.
It's a buffet line.
Exactly. And all right, so is that the problem? Do you think because there's so many artists, so many options, do you think that could have killed it? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need to listen to these mainstream niggas. I got my favorite rapper from the next town over who I listen to his music on SoundCloud, or you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't even have to support these mainstream record label artists no more because I can, my favorite rapper got a YouTube channel and don't nobody know
Right.
who he is. You know what I'm saying?
I think that kind of like hurt the labels and why they don't want to support hip hop as a whole, and they want to kind of use the Afro beats because it's like when the Afro beats come on the scene, it's like a one big like wave, but they don't want to like help like I guess groom how they used to do rappers anymore. Uh, but as far as like because yeah, I feel like it was like a small selective group back then, and then there was like actually like going through the progressions, like actually putting the work in, going from town to town, selling CDs out their trunk. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Oh, do you hear? It's like when you heard of the a motherfucker finally, it was like kind of like a goddamn urban legend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like they actually had to, like, grind for it, but now you can like catch lightning out of the bottle and have a single, and then you can't catch lightning twice.
I mean, you know what's so crazy? That's so real because the way this shit is with the internet now, these artists literally could just drop a song, it go viral, and then they at Coachella or some shit. They ain't
Exactly.
never performed on a stage in their life, and they
Ever,
in front of all these goddamn
ever.
people because they
Right.
had a song that went viral, and you can see it with some of them. Like you can tell they ain't
What's going
really
on with Ice
comfortable with
Spice right
performing
now?
yet.
She ain't got no
You said who?
Ice Spice,
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of too. That's exactly when I was saying
That
that.
shit crazy.
Saying the
and they.
same shit.
But the thing is, like these media outlets will be like forced to put her in like list or like forced to put her on
Yep.
their post, and it's like she's not, she ain't hot.
But it's because
I mean,
their expectation that she's gonna make money. You know what I'm saying? So well, let's there's money being invested in her. So if we put her on the list, that's gonna up her value. You know what I'm saying? But that's really what that shit is. But it's so crazy. It's like, and that just lets you know that whole shit is a machine. It's like it's not
right,
even really authentic. Like all these niggas is just trying to get paid, and they using the names of these rappers, the popularity
right,
of these rappers to It's like, oh, let's make Ice Spice worth more money so we all can profit.
right.
Even if she not even really like literally young, and they can do that to anybody from anywhere. Literally,
Yeah,
just pluck her right up out the block, out the Bronx, and just put her next to Taylor Swift
Literally,
overnight. Put her right next to
literally.
Taylor Swift, nigga,
that's
overnight.
crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy though. And Taylor Swift do this for real. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Right.
crazy.
Crazy. That's crazy.
That's true.
That's
You know,
crazy.
so
But it's fucked up
yeah.
because it's like almost like they force feeding us, and that's why the shit never stuck. Because it's like you getting this, you getting these now laters, but back then we had, what I mean, we had like we had soul food.
I mean, and like I said, that whole mixtape era, like you literally was like growing
Are you
with these
seeing that stuff?
artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, before they even get to even before they go mainstream, and I think that just helps you, you connecting to the music a lot better. Like right now, let's say like I forgot who was it? Like let's say like 50 Cent. If 50 Cent went did a concert, his shit would still sell out to this day. Why? Because his fan base grew up with him. Them niggas is gonna be
Yeah,
loyal to him. Them niggas is gonna be
still
going
gonna
to
be there.
50. They're gonna be going 50 Cent shows till this nigga turns 70. You know what I'm saying? If he decide that he still want to perform. These other people not gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? Because these people ain't growing with them. They not. It's a completely different like relationship with the artist and fan, like compared to what it is now. You know, shit kind of crazy though.
For
And it's
sure.
wild, like right? Who just cancels some tours and shit? I think like Moneybag Yo and a couple other niggas. Lil Baby canceled the tour, man. And wow, most likely because they wasn't going to meet their demands, but or the other way around. But like I said, somebody like 50, somebody like Jay-Z, like even Wu-Tang or some shit like that. Them niggas is still sell out some shows. From
Yep.
with 40 and 50-year olds. You know what I'm saying? So.
Moneybag trash.
I mean, yeah, but he considered one
Yeah.
of the, more popular rappers and shit, man.
You people are so easily entertained. I'm sorry.
But let me ask you this: so, do you think that there could be all? Do you think that there is a way that they could somehow, some way demonize like Afro beats? Because
They
because when it came to like hip hop came from you know the struggle and X, Y, and Z. So it was like more relatable to
even
we
before
were
then,
able
it
to.
was dance shit.
We said it again.
Even before then, it was like what I mean, Furious Five, and what I mean, Run DMC is like
Yeah,
what I
that's what
mean.
I'm saying. But like Afro beats, it just it I don't know. It's like
It's
feel good.
feel good.
It's a
Yeah.
feel good music.
Feel
So I
good.
don't think that they could. I don't
You can put
think.
them low frequencies on some shit like that. That's basically
Yeah,
what you're
it's
saying.
like it
Yeah,
would sound odd.
it
You know,
would. That's it. Now you're 100%
Find
correct
a
it
way.
though.
would sound odd.
You don't think they still would try to find a way?
They're gonna find a way, but remember though, it's coming from a different like American culture is for sale. You know what I'm saying? And like maybe they there though wherever country that these artists be coming from in Africa, maybe they have a little bit more. Um,
You don't think they for sale? They have they
I
they
mean,
make
no. I mean, no, I get you wrong because they selling music. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, are they willing to give their culture up to someone who's willing to spoil it, to fuck it up? You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
they sell their
huh?
resources all the time. They got China, building all these lithium factories in the middle of their country.
So, I mean, so it's a possibility, but I'm just if it wasn't doing that before, I don't see why it would go in that direction.
Hmm.
Man, it's I would never.
No, I'm not. I'm with you. I'm with you. Definitely, they will find a way. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, for me right now in my mind, to figure out, like, or fathom how they could do that.
what
I don't know.
what Frank saying Scarface, never overestimate the greed of man. Yeah.
That's real. That's true though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason why shit is the way it is.
Yeah.
That's the reason why hip hop got fucked up.
Damn,
Yeah.
hip hop. Damn that. The fact we even talking about it like this sound like a funeral. Like,
Right. That's why I
It
guess
do though.
God
If he
damn.
said these labels are look right, AI
Shit.
did that. But
God damn.
if he's saying though that the artists are no longer labels are no longer prioritizing hip hop, which is supposed to be the number one genre of music in the world at this point, it's like, come on, bro. Like that says a lot. Like y'all niggas are becoming liabilities. We don't got time for it,
On
man.
the phase two.
You know.
and those and they'll probably still sell that shit off, knowing this information.
But I really want to. So, what do you think is the next phase for hip hop itself, though? If like, let's say they just abandon the shit, what do you think? The next step. I guess you kind of already asked that, Brian. But like, what do you think would be the next step to? I guess if ever to try to like like where's the next step with the drill music shit? To me, I feel kind of fucked it up. So I'm like, what's next now? Like, they gonna
Like you
start?
can't like how much more?
Did it's like what's next? And then even what you were saying, Randall, you got all these rappers and the female rappers just be just explicit as hell now. How much dirtier can they? Like the girl said, "What
I,
my booty hole, whatever the fuck she said." Like,
yeah,
how much more explicit can you get than that? You know?
but I think okay, so like if you look on like Instagram, it's like a strong, African presence on there now, and they like kind of like copycat what we doing. So it's like the females over there, what I mean? Why are y'all getting BBLs? You know what I'm saying? Why are y'all doing like skin bleaching and stuff like that? So I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing a lot of because hip hop artists was going over there anyway to like do shows. I wouldn't be surprised if or some Drake and some Future collaborating with Tim's. They just gonna start doing it like on a higher level. They just gonna start doing more collaboration, and then they're gonna start the oil is gonna try to start a blend in with the water. So it's what I mean.
But the thing is though, like let's say like the Futures and Drakes, them niggas can do that kind of music because they be like kind of singing for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they can blend into that. They might not even, they might just stop rapping altogether. I mean, for real, nigga, Drake been kind of stopped rapping a long ass time ago for the most
Yeah,
part.
I know. But what's the message in it? They gonna change the message.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But
Yeah,
if they doing the songs with these artists is going to
yeah.
change the
They
message
gonna
in
they
it.
gonna pollute
That
their.
there you go.
Yeah,
What if that's the plan though? That might be
exactly.
the
That's a good
plan right
point.
there. There you go. See now we talking. That's might be
That's
the
a good
shit. They're
point.
gonna be putting these artists that's already
Because
solidified,
I
big
just
time artists, Futures, Drake's, fucking Meg, Nicki Minaj, all them niggas like the heavyweights. They're gonna be getting on all them joints and they're gonna be putting the messages in the music. And
right because
American culture influences the world. It
Hey, the
just does.
resurrection.
You know.
Bring hip hop
we said
back.
like 4 episodes ago that shit's gonna save the world, and what they gonna do? They gonna put hip hop to pollute that shit.
They're gonna They're gonna put Future on Drake on that shit to fuck it up. And then what's gonna be so crazy is that a lot of the African artists will probably be so like size just to have Drake and Future on their shit because it's a form
Yeah.
of like validation. You know what I'm saying? So they
Yeah.
probably not gonna hesitate. You know,
When we hear it, we just go shake our heads like, oh, here
that's
we go.
probably the plan right there. Young. They're
Here
gonna
we
tank.
go.
They're gonna put that. They're gonna put that. What's it called? That with that one drop in the water and fuck that whole shit up. You know.
Damn.
That's probably exactly what it is.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, then you're gonna start getting the Taylor Swift Afro beats and Ed Sheeran Afro beats joints and shit like that. Then
Oh
it's just
shit.
gonna go crazy. Watch.
Already doing it. I think
Oh,
that
you
shit's already.
see?
There it is.
And then we even talk. I mean, we even talk about the Latin music is fucking
Oh yeah,
going crazy too. You know, that nigga Bad. What's his name? Bad Bunny. He probably bigger than Drake. You
right.
know.
If Corey's on here, he'd probably tell us more. But yeah,
And you seen what they did with the Bad Bunny nigga. They got him on stage wilding. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah. That
he
was
go on
wild.
stage wilding. So I mean, you know. And for real, to keep it all, this is the music industry at the end of the day, bro. Whether it's no matter where the fuck they at, whether they Africa,
right.
Asia, Europe, it's still the music industry. So that's the devil's instrument at the end of the day. It just
Yep,
is what it is.
yep. It seems
So
like that's the
Shit.
that's
Next thing you know, it's gonna be hip hop GTQ or some shit. It's gonna be wilding with that shit. Because you can't get more cynical than what I'm saying. Then why not just make it gayer? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just go crazy with it.
that's the
Just like,
thing.
all right,
But
this shit wild. This shit
they
can be
seen that
crazy.
they seen that shit coming. They seen Afrobeats being on a worldwide positive level at a time when we
hey,
need positivity, and now they're gonna have to like, all right, fuck the hip hop. Like we need to get on this. We need to get on this. We need to get on top of this before it gets out of the control. We need to, you know what I'm saying, infiltrate this shit. I mean, hip hop
you know what's
itself.
crazy though?
Tupac had FBI agents following him, like COINTELPRO. So what makes you think like at a large
At the
scale
highest level, yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
about to infiltrate this shit?
100%. But you know what's so funny? You know who really was the first nigga that started like working with these artists? It was Wale. He was actually really the first nigga that started working with like Kid and all these Afrobeats artists. It's just he just wasn't Drake doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think the bigger artists started doing that shit, then that's when everybody started catching on. But Wale was really the first nigga to start working with these people, you know what I'm saying? But nobody's gonna really realize that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a sidebar. But that shit is true though. If you look at his older albums and you look at his artists, he was fucking with them niggas first. And he
Even
African, so I guess it makes sense.
yeah.
True.
I mean, yeah, definitely got like the drums and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even that last song, that drum's like my name ring, whatever. Them drums right in that drum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hold on, but I don't know. I think it's something to say as far as like that COINTELPRO stuff. It's like they're like if if music labels are run by, BlackRock, you know what I mean, Vanguard,
Mm-hmm.
companies that, pretty much run everything, prison systems and stuff like that, uh vaccine companies, all the above. It's like, why not, what I mean, switch your focus from this to that.
Do you think this might be a situation where just the overall powers that be like, man, we done with these niggas over here. Let's go to Africa now. Like we, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not much more we can do. We pretty much got them.
You
You know what I'm
seem like
saying?
all
Let's
the
go over there. Let's
pressure
move over to
lately.
Africa and tank them niggas over there.
I'm saying, you seen all the pressure lately. Like Africa is like kind of distancing themselves from the Western world. They kind of teaming up with Russia, and I think
Mhm.
that's kind of like a Trojan horse anyway. The whole BRICS thing is like China, Russia, and some like African nations and stuff like that. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's, what I mean, I don't know, but why is it happening at the same time? That kind of raises a eyebrow.
Do y'all think this has anything to do with people overall just waking up to just hip hop and the influence it's had over the 30 years and just stepping back and looking and you know what I'm saying? Like we just literally saw they clone Tyrone and they literally showed you in the music in the movie what the music be doing in niggas' minds. So it's like, do you think that it's so people are maybe just being turned off, that just the fact that people are kind of waking up to the influence the music has had over us and for the past 30, 40 years or whatever it's been? Like, do
Yeah,
you think that's playing a part of it too?
yeah, I do think there's a positive shift happening,
Yeah, I think
and
so
I
too.
think it's like a mad scramble too for the other side, like the dark side. I think it's like a mad scramble for them trying to like regain control. You know what I mean? Get in prevent mode. You know what I mean?
But what's so funny? You know who would be the ones that would do that? The boule niggas. That's like their job to keep us in line. It's like, oh shit, these niggas waking up. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly who they would use to try to make it seem like, no, it's okay, guys.
Right. Like Beyonce just did a whole dance album. So
And I seen some shit. Somebody made a great point. It was like she did a whole dance album. She not even a part of that community, but she using that. That's how she making her money. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cater to you, even though I'm a married heterosexual woman. You know what I'm saying?
I remember I was in like Miami like 7 years ago. Justin Bieber have like dance tracks. So they
I
definitely
mean, I guess it's at the end of the day, man. It's all about making a dollar, right?
hmm
Yeah, but what's more influential than music though? You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, music is every single culture has some form of music.
music video.
Every single culture.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think is more influential? What you hear or what you see?
The combination of both probably.
I mean, but I would say what you hear is way more powerful than what you
Yeah,
see.
I would say probably hearing.
Yeah, because
It does something to you.
you can hear with your lights off. You know what I mean? If you sleeping, you can still hear and you're still absorbing all that stuff.
Mhm.
Vibrations.
Yep. And what you hear is literally tapping into you every time. Like that shit is like it's like going into your like psyche. It's going into your being. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Everything that you hear, every word that's uttered. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're recording. When you read, you're recording. When you hear, you're recording. When you read, you hear yourself. You know what I'm saying? Reading. So yeah.
Yeah, I
Even
think that I think seeing is more powerful from the physical, but hearing is more powerful from the mental,
that's a
for
bar.
sure. You know.
hmm So yeah, man. So I think, I mean, that's what makes it such a tool. It's a brainwashing tool. You spell cast through music, or you cast spells through music. You know what I'm saying? Like even all the way down to them nursery rhymes when we was kids and shit. Like them shits was rhyming.
Yeah.
And them shits got tattooed into your brain, and what's the joint with the Mary, or what's it, Rosie, Mary, whatever that shit is, that joint, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember it off the top of my head now, but yeah, that shit was like some demonic shit or something like that.
Ring Around the Rosie.
But why was they teaching us that shit in school? That you know what I'm saying? But these are spells, they rhyme and they have melody to them. Music does the same. Music does the same shit, and then you throw some subs in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? There, you just fucking niggas all up. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
I mean, think about how many like nursery rhymes they done did that to though. Mm-hmm. They done took them joints and like, like, yo, we got.
And then all them shits was dark. You know what I'm saying? Humpty Dumpty falling off the wall, and they had to pull them back together, and all that other shit.
Yeah, that shit. What's the Jack be nimble, Jack be quick? Jack number over candlestick. That's some seance shit, I'm sure. All that shit wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this shit crazy.
You what you think about the whole Michael Orr shit?
Oh, how he
Did
came
you
out?
even, I'd heard about it, but I didn't really read too much into it.
He said the family took advantage of the whole story and fabricated a lot of it, and pretty much escaped away with the bread. Like, how you make? I mean,
but why now though? That's my thing.
Yeah, like why did he? Maybe he's running out.
He said he's running out.
That's usually the case when that shit like that happens.
Gotta go. Somebody said that he recently married a black woman, and she basically like, nah. She like, nah, nigga. you had to get this. You had to get this bread, cuz.
No, I don't know. And then, but it is wild how they had a whole movie, and then that shit came out like after that. Like, damn,
a whole good ass movie.
A whole movie too. Yeah, I thought it was good too. I actually watched it. I thought it was a good movie.
Like, god damn.
But I ain't gonna lie though, I did think that was like some like white savior shit though. When I did see that joint though, that's how it looked to me. I was like, damn, they're like, we can't do nothing without them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the movie was telling, because it was showing him was like he was just in the like fucked up. He was around niggas and it was just pure crabbery. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas was trying to pull him down, tear him down, kill his dreams, and then he got saved. You know what I'm saying? So
movies are though.
You said what happened?
Isn't that how like a lot of those movies are? Like, what was it, like Bad News Bears and what's the joint with Keanu Reeves and
Bow Wow?
Oh yeah.
What's the name of that? A hardball, right?
Hardball, yeah.
And the Green Book, the joint that won the Oscar and shit. I don't know. Can't be
The Longest Yard.
That's a classic.
Yes.
I've never seen that shit before.
Oh man. Coach Boone.
But as far as this, so is this the nail on the coffin of hip hop? Is it over?
I would think so. It's just like it was already like slipping out, through the cracks. But maybe like this to kind of reposition things for us, like you kind of take control of your own culture. Like, are they going to leave and let y'all be, or are they going to leave and leave some administrators behind? Like, y'all could do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think they're just going to use hip hop as like kind of like a bridge to the whole Afro beats thing.
Yeah, even and then even on top of that, you got the Korean shit, the K-pop artists too. Them niggas is mega stars. So like even that genre of music, it's money to be made everywhere outside this rap shit,
Yeah, tons of it.
Without the same level of liability, with what I'm saying, or the same pitfalls that come with messing with hip hop artists. Shit, it's probably even, especially for hip hop male artists, because even women, it's not going to be as bad. You ain't got to worry about, for the most part, her getting shot. You know what I'm saying, or her getting locked up. You ain't got to really worry about shit like that. So they can probably still work with them. But like the young male rappers, like, bro, it's not looking good right now. It's not, because if you ain't shooting and killing niggas, don't nobody really want to hear you. And then if you are shooting and killing niggas, don't nobody want to sign you. So it's like,
I
what you
seen
gonna do?
some motherfuckers on a Reddit forum saying like hip hop don't influence like culture and stuff like that. It's just like a mirror of what's going on. I'm like, nah, y'all tripping. It's like
I mean, it may. I don't know.
What you mean,
Maybe.
Mary? Oh, damn.
it's like you know how people saying like hip hop is just you just reporting what's going on. But it's
Yeah,
like not everybody do that. It's like everybody mimics that so you can get signed and start making money or get the fame and popularity. It's like that. Like, there's not only one way to make money, nigga.
yeah.
Like
I see what you're saying now.
y'all
Yeah,
tripping.
I've definitely heard somebody say something like that now. Oh no, man, it's nothing. It's just they just telling what they see, what they go on. It's like, yeah, but
But it's,
then there's niggas that be making up stories about the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that's what sells. You
and then
know,
yeah, and then
everybody,
they,
yeah.
the labels incentivize a certain genre of hip hop, and y'all try to be that and try to reflect that, and then certain parts of hip hop don't get all that love. So clearly
Mhm.
that shit is. And then the same motherfuckers that invest in these record labels invest in the privatized prisons. So it's like one
Yep,
big loop.
it's a setup.
Yeah. Y'all
I
don't
mean,
see
it
that?
could. It could be
And then
like
like
a one last ditch effort for hip hop to be like, I don't know, maybe something after the whole drill rap. Maybe something else comes along, and it's just like, all right, this is it. You know what I'm saying? If this doesn't save it, this is it's nothing. You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
'cause
You
people's
don't
too
think
stuck.
so?
Nah, because even like on a local level, like at least because I be paying attention to like local, DC, DMV rap, and I'm sure it's like that in other inner cities like Philly, Chicago, all that shit. It's like people try to get on the backs of other people. It'd be like Lil Man song about uh phone posits, and then they'll say parentheses Lil JoJo diss. Like they ride on the back of this being a little JoJo diss, or vice
Mhm.
versa. It's like everything is button heads. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and if you at war at that level, when you get on and you see a nigga shining on you, it's gonna be even more war.
I'm trying to tell you, no, that's some real shit, and it's so bad, especially with the drill shit. I think because that shit, because we live in the internet age now. I'm talking about you got niggas like in Germantown beefing with niggas in Montgomery
Yeah.
Village. You know what I'm saying? Like on some drill shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, these
That shit
niggas.
weird. That
But
shit.
that's how it is now, though. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
That
saying?
shit
It's like a
crazy.
nigga from fucking niggas from I don't know I don't know Rockville is beefing with niggas from Wheaton now off some drill shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is now. It's crazy.
yeah. It's
It's
like you gotta.
weird.
That's how you get your stripes. It's like, but that's the song title. It'd be like, uh, my mind parentheses little JoJo diss. Like I'm saying, like why is it? Why you need? I mean, everything gotta be a diss.
But then is that a reflection of us as people? I guess we like to see drama. We like to see conflict, and I
And
guess that's
oh,
what.
did you see little JoJo diss? Blah 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 blah. It's not even like it's not even like what I mean. On a lyrical tip, it's like
Yeah.
what I mean. I'm holding it up in the John Morant shit. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's not even rap battles. Like niggas
Yeah,
ain't even like battling off the lyrics. It's like
like
I'll
who
shoot you,
respond
nigga.
the
I'll
hardest?
shoot
Yeah,
you back.
Right.
That's
They
it.
just talking to
They
one
just
another.
basically threatening each other over beats. It ain't no art, ain't no
yeah.
creativity or
Just
nothing.
giving all the evidence,
Like
and that goes back into the from the record labels, the CIA to the FBI. Y'all getting investigated. The hip hop police, like y'all making it so easy.
But and then this goes all the way back to that they clone Tyrone shit. They creating
Yeah.
clones because now these
Mhm.
Germantown niggas and these you know what I'm saying that now they clones of the Chicago niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally what this shit is. And then what they do, they get locked the fuck up. They keep cheap labor. They keep the prison system going. that's the American way. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's what the fuck they said in the movie, man. It's the same goddamn shit. Nigga, it's so bad where you can literally see it outside your house now. It's that fucked up. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You don't have to drive far to see niggas trying to imitate drill niggas. You don't have to move really go that far. They're everywhere. They in the suburbs. They in the nice neighborhoods. It just is there's just the influence of that shit.
And then that's where all
I
this
know.
like carjacking and shit is on the rise. It's like
Is
That shit
y'all
crazy.
trying to keep up with the Joneses and where y'all y'all designer and everything. Y'all big ass shoes with your skinny jeans and all that shit. I wear skinny jeans, but yeah, y'all just trying to keep up because y'all trying to keep up with the persona.
Yep, and that's the key thing. That's and how it's the persona, bro. Like I guess the excuse before was niggas had to do what they had to do to survive, but like now it's
Nah, y'all just
because
trying to perform.
it's
Yeah,
literally niggas is trying to like live up to whatever the
yeah.
influence is, the trend is. If Lil Durk is the man right now and he talk like this
Mhm.
and they
Yeah.
should be on that, then the
Mhm.
young niggas is gonna try to act that way.
Oh, I need that. I need that shirt. I need those shoes. You know what I'm saying?
And then that's the other thing, shit. But then, like these kids be wearing like $500 sneakers in school now and shit like that. Like it should be wild.
Crazy.
Middle school, like you
12.
know, you know what I'm saying. Like it should be crazy. Like the shit stepped up now. It went from just like Tommy and Polo and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it went beyond that. Now it's like that European. I mean, even though all that shit is European, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like they be wearing that like high end shit
Yeah,
now,
you'd
and
be
like
like,
at
whoa,
12, you know what I'm saying?
should be crazy.
They
Mm.
get robbed for it.
That's wild though, man. And the craziest thing, like I said, you don't have to be in the hood to like for this shit to be around. Like it's wild, you know.
Yeah.
So
But
what's next? Like damn.
we can jump on Doja next, but I need to take a quick 30-second break. Y'all continue.
Doja. What she been up to anyway? Besides
She
being wild.
I think they said recently that she came out with some shit that was she was talking about how she don't like her fans and some shit like that. She was like, I don't like why do y'all have to like me or I mean why do I have to like y'all? Like, I just make music like I don't have to make y'all happy or some shit like that. But
Mhm.
I think that shit is real though. I think sometimes fans they feel kind of like entitled to the artist and the artist
Mhm.
is supposed to agree with everything that they think, and when the artist disagrees with them, they get upset and all that other shit.
Mhm.
And I think that's kind of like the point she was making. But you know, I see where she was coming from. I don't know if you straight up should tell your friends, your fans, you don't like them though. I don't know because these
Yeah, that
niggas
would
are
be
they are the ones who's spending their money on your product. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Without them, there's no you.
Yeah. So that I mean that comes with the territory. Of having fans and shit. They almost sometimes it do seem like that where fans are, like literally think they own the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
nigga, you live for me. It's like the same shit when I guess when Lizzo was like originally was talking about some shit where she was trying to lose weight and then like all her fans like turned on her and shit because they thought she was
Yeah.
supposed to be what's it called a body positivity, but then she was talking about how she wanted to lose weight and like a lot of her fans got mad at her and shit.
Yeah.
So it was
How could you want to be healthy?
I know, right?
so I feel like it's just kind of like that type of shit.
You see her like dancers turn on her?
Yeah, they said some shit with her. She was like,
You just muted yourself, bro.
oh damn, she was fat shaming her. What's it called? Her
Yeah, her.
like dancers or some shit like that. Do you
And
think that's real though?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you believe that?
I thought it was odd, and
Right?
it kind of came out of left field. It's like, that just doesn't seem, uh, even from a
I mean,
business standpoint.
fat people
From
call
her
fat
image.
people. Fat people call other people fat all the time.
I've seen it. I've
I mean,
definitely
yeah,
seen that. Yeah,
But the
I've
thing,
definitely seen it.
what surprised me, she they said that she made somebody eat a banana out of somebody's snatch in like the red light district in Amsterdam. I was like, ew,
That's wild.
Wait,
the red
what?
light district? That's like disgusting.
What is that's what goes on down there for the people that don't know?
That's like, like they got all those sex workers where you just like they got like maybe showgirls or prostitutes in like windows and they like, you know what I mean, dancing and stuff. They got like little boom boom rooms and stuff like that. She made somebody eat. Maybe it was a burlesque show. I don't know, but I know in that whole area, there's anything goes. So she made somebody on that dance crew eat a banana outside of somebody's snatch.
Why
I mean,
would
but
you?
yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised with her though. Like for whatever, I think from jump, I always thought that like, okay, the industry they have their hand on her.
Yeah,
Like
for
I
they,
sure.
would agree with
you
that.
know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And it's like, all right, so none of this surprises me. What comes out, what doesn't come out. She from jump, she was already okay. This is what you're going to do. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And she could just be acting out a little bit. You know?
right. She never had all that power, and now she got power, and now she
Yeah.
don't need that power. So speaking about that, power and pop culture and all that stuff. Your girl Doja Cat, we already did a couple episodes on her, and the whole fiasco when she shaved her head and got the bat tattoo, and the whole eyes wide shut party and all that stuff. And we predicted on the show, this is about to be her coming out party. Uh, so she dropped this video, "Paint the Town Red." Have y'all seen it?
Nah, I haven't seen
Nah.
Maybe I'll just play it with the sound off to not get in trouble. And then I got like still clips.
It might be weirdo with the sound though. That should
it. I know, right? The
Uh,
music kind of try to play it down a little bit.
But the thing is like it's still catchy. It's still Doja. It's still catchy.
when she took it out, that's when the colors came.
Yeah, cause somebody Google like one eye and like occultism, and I'm gonna try to break down some of this other stuff. All right, so first of all, yeah, we got the one eye. We'll come back, but if you can see her cast, she got the pentagram all up and down that joint, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 pentagrams on her cast.
Yeah, she. I mean, she wild. I mean,
And then also, I mean, the glasses itself, it looks like some reptilian, eyes. Feel me?
do you think that? I don't even know. I don't even know how like you would sign yourself. Like, how do you even film like a music video like this?
Green screen. To me,
No,
how?
no, I'm saying like how do you position yourself to okay, I want to be in this. I have you have to act this shit out.
Yeah,
Like, your
but
mind, you got to be all the way.
she already said she was the initiate. That was like
Nigga,
on her like Instagram post, like when she was posting bats and stuff. It said
nigga.
like, what I mean, the bat means the initiate going
Can you
through it.
imagine if he was like a sound engineer? You just you got oh yeah, I'm showing off a Doja Cat video. You walk in, I will walk slam the fuck out.
Yep.
You can have all of the bread that I was gonna make. You can keep that shit. Just pay for my
Yep.
gas on the way here. I'm not fucking with that. I'm
Mm.
sorry. I
But
can't.
that's how you gotta carry it though.
I'm not
And then
fucking
this
with
eye
that
is still
shit.
kind of covered. All right, so what the red means is the red is she's the Scarlet Woman from Revelations. That's what it means.
Okay.
Revelation 17.
Mm. Scarlet Beast.
And wasn't there also a dragon in Revelations?
Yeah, the beast.
Mm-hmm. And she's riding the beast,
Mm.
right?
Wait, go back to the little thing you just had up. So I mean, maybe that's what it means. It means I'm here to bring, abominations, filthiness,
Hmm.
debauchery. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what that represents. But then, okay, if in that context, if you really think about it, a lot of these celebrity females be doing that all red shit. And then if you really think about the messaging in their music and the things that they represent, is that they were kind of playing that role out, right?
Absolutely.
So then
You hear
maybe
the
that's what
lyrics to
that
this,
means.
Joe?
Which literally means that these motherfuckers know exactly what they doing. This can go all the way back to when we was talking about what's her name? Black China, when she had that Baphomet tattoo on
Yeah,
her leg. Like,
yeah, come on
but
now.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, and when her having that tattoo is not much different from Doja Cat wearing that all red shit, Rihanna doing the all red shit. Even what's her name did that shit, man. Tom Brady wife, Giselle.
Right.
Yep.
So this is the Scarlet Woman revelation. Kind of looks
Oh
like.
yeah. See. Yeah, that's crazy. Honda. That's crazy.
Hmm. All right. So
What did her shirt say?
Pharaoh,
Pharaoh,
Pharaoh. How did they spell it?
Feral.
like a feral cat. What I got.
Yeah, I mean, I see in the comments, Chanel Snail Studio said, "What if she's just a troll?" I mean, you could say that, but when you playing, um, when you have people with, especially all across the world with religions that believe in God, I mean, I think when you playing around with the devil, that's a little deeper than just a troll. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you even want to play that game? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wouldn't take that lightly with someone that's just like, why are you choosing the devil to troll people? Like, that's an extreme way of trolling. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that
Yeah.
would just be that simple. You know what
And
I'm
they
saying?
also flip the roles right here too, because typically in this type of setting, it's like a throne. The king sits down, and
Yeah.
the
And then
queen always has her
if
hand on the
if you notice
shoulder.
in the video, she does push his hand away.
Exactly, and it look at he's compromised. His horn has been cut. Then after
Hmm.
that, she cuts the other part of his horn off. So that's like maybe a form of emasculating him
Yeah.
because in the animal kingdom, the male is usually the one with the horns. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? But like now, especially in this Baphomet culture and all the shit they push in this society, would make sense why they would have the female with the horn kind of represents the Baphomet because the Baphomet had breasts and had male and female characteristics. And then here you are in this picture, she has male and female characteristics. So
See, this is why I don't think she's trolling because she would post stuff like this. And like she highlighted, bats often represent death in the same sense of letting go of the old and bringing in the new. They are
it's
symbols of transition, of initiation. She's been initiated and now she's doing this wild shit and the start of a new beginning. That's why she's like ramping everything up. And that's why she's the Scarlet Woman. And that's why she's naming her tour the Scarlet Tour. And it starts October 31st. And she's taking pictures of big wild shit like this. Looks good, but
that look like that DMX shit.
yeah,
Hey, it looks the upside down, the parental advisory.
yeah.
Whenever like there's the whole as above, so below shit.
But yeah,
Also
or
look like
even
the
just you
Lucifer sigil.
literally the whole concept of the Baphomet is to literally flip everything that God intended upside down. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like if men are supposed to be men and women are supposed to be women, the Baphomet wants men to think they're women and women to think they're men to create confusion. And through confusion comes chaos.
Do this look like this?
Mm,
Maybe.
mm.
I won't put past
I
it.
mean, if you look at it, that's kind of looks like the Baphomet. If someone was to draw an outline, you know how like sometimes artists draw outlines and then they fill everything else in. That kind of look like that. That
Yeah.
thing that you just had up.
Right. That's when she removed the hand. And this is like a unnatural birth or something. This is probably like some transhumanism thing. Matter of fact, that's his horn right there on the bottom left.
Where?
You see, like on that like
Oh,
drum
I
or
see
what?
it. It's on the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
She
Or it
cut
could be, or this could be a some type of ritual.
or like some adrenochrome like
What is that shit coming out
touching
of
the
that
blood
thing though?
Probably
on the
blood.
bottom right. That urn.
Yeah, what the fuck
Yeah,
is that?
I don't know. It's a little husk. She did say, "I'm the demon lord" or something like that.
I mean, for real, for her to even be so deeply immersed in this shit, what she might have just grew up in this shit. She might have been raised into this. This might have been her job from the very fucking beginning. You know,
And then look at like all the comments. That's why I say people are like kind of like transitioning to like the positive or seeing the light, like how we said earlier. Like, look at these comments. I hate the new you. Never mind what these people say. Keep in mind Jesus Christ is giving human sacrifice. What is wrong with you? Stop this now. You need some Jesus. We only believe in Allah. Like everything, these are the top comments, and this everything is like refuting what this is.
I mean, because it's blatant, it's in your face.
Yeah, but it's good to see that people are like, come on, y'all. Like it's just art.
True. True.
yeah,
Instead
and I
instead of
think
trying to being like, oh yeah, this is yeah, I
that's
see what you're
that
saying.
cognitive dissonance shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like you just can't accept, what I'm saying, what is being presented in front of you because that doesn't go along with the story that you tell yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like if you grew up your whole life really growing up and believing in these celebrities and believing in these stars, and then these niggas are just turn this blatant devil worship and it'd be like, nah, man, this is no way
Yeah.
that you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, nigga, they doing it in your face. You know
Straight
what I'm
up.
saying? Like I don't think, and in my opinion, I don't think that's some shit to play around with. They're like, if
Exactly.
I if
Yeah.
I see if I see these
Yeah.
motherfuckers doing it, I believe them. Ain't gonna be
Yeah.
no, oh nah,
Exactly.
this is just like no nigga, he ain't just nothing. That's exactly what they telling you exactly who they, because who does that? And on top of that, like let's say like her, like let's say Doja Cat was raised in it. We seeing niggas who grew up, how we grew up, and then all of a sudden these niggas is on that double ship. It's like, nah, bro, that's some
Yeah.
industry
Yeah.
shit. You don't just do that. You know what I'm saying? Like they turned you into that shit.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
Even if
Like,
wild.
she
why
was
would you
doing
play
it
around?
for,
How could you show yourself? Like, come on, bro. Like,
even if she
nigga,
was
we
doing
all
it for
got
the
family
people.
in the church, bro. How you
Yeah.
just gonna show your face after doing some
Right.
shit like that? You know what I'm saying? None of us was raised on that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, come on, like, let's say, think about that shit. Like, Jay-Z is somebody, but then again, then here's the other question. But what if you become the breadwinner of your family because you involving yourself in that shit? Is
Mm,
anybody going to check you? You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Because you the breadwinner.
nah, probably not. Probably not.
I, I might not check you, but I don't mean I gotta fuck with you either,
That's
though.
some real shit right there. Like for real,
I'm getting my plate and leaving. So
right? Like, oh, this nigga crazy. Though. I don't know what happened to cousin Jay. I don't know what happened. He's like that nigga different.
Oh shit! I just I can't. I can't.
right.
I just for like I wouldn't even be myself. I couldn't even be cool. I wouldn't even be. I would be like my spirit just would. I just wouldn't be able to function right. It'd be like, yo, you okay? No, I'm not.
But
I
that's
can't.
for real though, bro. Like, bro, and for real, and you know what's so crazy? In society, like historically, you can never play around with some shit like that. That playing that devil shit is some new shit where niggas is openly doing that.
Right.
But the society in general was way more religious back in the day. You know what I'm saying? People
Yep.
were
Yeah, you would
more
get
into church. People was
stoned and
more
feathered,
into.
and you know what I
You
mean.
said what?
You would get tarred and feathered, or they would
Hell,
burn
that's what I'm
you.
saying. That just goes to show like where we are in society. We've been deculturalized, because niggas who nobody could play around with that shit at any time in history more than what they do now. So it's like, all right, have we lost our quote unquote religion? Have we lost our spirituality? Because we just letting this shit rock for real. Like niggas like us can have this conversation, but clearly it is not much of an uproar as it
Yeah.
should be. You know what I'm saying? For them to even be blatantly doing this shit. We seen we
Exactly.
we didn't have conversation. Travis Scott, We didn't have conversations on the podcast about Sam Smith. You know what I'm saying? And these niggas all be turning. You know what I'm saying? So
Entertainment, though.
the nigga Sam Smith was dressed up as the devil, bro. You couldn't have got around. You could
Yeah.
not have done that in the '60s. There's no way you could come on TV and dress up as the devil in the '60s. Would have never let that shit fly. You know, so that just goes to show that where we are, you know, just overall as a culture. You know, and even the fact that even if somebody would think that it's a troll that you dressing up as Satan is a sign. Because think about that shit. Like back in the day, niggas wouldn't even allow. They were like, nah, that's blasphemous. Like off with his head type shit. You can't just. Nobody would say is that a troll. They'd be like, no, fuck that nigga up. What is he doing?
What is
it wouldn't
he
even
doing?
been a question. He would have got his ass beat doing some shit like that. You know?
Oh man. Yeah, that's it's wicked too.
It's not some shit you play
yeah.
around with, bro. It's too many
It's
people
wicked.
out here that didn't die for their religions, and you know, or whatever the hell you may, whether you believe in Christianity or whatever. Like, why would you even try to aggravate people on something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like you plan. That's like you going over to like the Middle East and just denouncing the shit that they be on. Them niggas will kill you.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is you doing? You know, like, come on, man.
Right. That's true. That's true. Because at a certain level, it's like, okay, enough is enough. Like, damn, it's getting out of control. It's been out of control. But
Lil Nas X fucking doing splits on the devil and shit. Like, bruh, where are we? What is going on out here?
What is going on?
They'll let you know though. This is the devil's playground. And
It is,
bro.
This
If they're
nigga,
blatantly doing the opposite, then this is
that lets you know. Yeah, go ahead.
And I was just gonna say it clearly shows that it's easier to worship the devil than it is to worship God. That's what they're saying.
Bruh.
That's what they're saying.
Nigga, think about it. Like, even sometimes people will say things like we've always believed forever. Like I think that the recent shit with Neo, like niggas was going on Neo because he was saying, I don't think you should just be blatantly changing the sex of a little boy or a little child. Like, why would you give that? And they're making him seem like he the bad guy.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is up with this? You know what I'm saying? He doing what a man's supposed to do. He trying to protect the children.
Right?
He trying to protect the kids. That's what a man's supposed to fucking do. You know what I'm saying? What is up with y'all? Come on, man. This is wild.
But that's the conundrum in itself. Is like, you know what I mean, going back to the rap stuff and you know what I mean, having, you know, your males incarcerated, your females pushing the hand off and taking your horns off and stuff like that. It's like you taking the male out the situation.
Authority, just eliminating the male authority out the way.
And then silencing that nigga, you know, for saying something that's super crazy.
You know, the shit is wild though, bro. But that just goes to show the direction we are in a society. Like niggas can openly worship the devil, but like if you openly, you know, it's like if I openly worship Christ or something now, it's like, oh, like who are you to push your religion on people? But this nigga can worship the devil. So to me, he pushing his religion on me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't asked to see that shit.
The Scarlet Woman is, I think her name is even called like Babylon. So
that's crazy.
So that just goes to show where we going as a society, bro. This shit is like getting like deculturalized. Is, you know, a lot of this like the botch. You said what?
Because the whole WandaVision jump, she was a Scarlet Witch, and she had the whole community under a spell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was arguably the strongest Avenger.
And
and was wearing the red and the, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these Marvel characters are inspiration from all kinds of absolutely shit. Like they ain't just come up with these characters out the blue and shit. They were all inspired by something else before them.
Yep.
But that's wild though, young. So like,
do you think that from a lower frequency or just vibration, like the overall tone of the planet, just in general, do you think that it's like out of whack to the point where like everybody, it's like it's like whatever this frequency is that we're like everybody's now under, like it's got everybody like fucked up, You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's like
Mhm.
there is no, it's almost like there's no direction at all. It's like you aren't really, there isn't a good side, bad side. Everybody's just like lost, kind
Trying to
of sort.
find
It's
your
like,
way.
yeah, everybody's just trying to find their way. And it's like, we have, based off how we were raised, what I'm saying? We still have morals and attachments to, grounded foundation in God and some sort of religion. But now these kids coming up now, these frequencies hit their asses right off breaking. It's just like they have no idea. They don't know. They have nothing to stand. They don't have a leg to
See,
stand on.
I think what the problem is, and I think it's all this quote unquote new age consciousness and shit like that. I think that shit
Uh-huh.
is like a lot of that shit is witchcraft. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think all you need is God for real, and nothing else. You don't need sage. You don't need crystals. You don't need the goddamn what you call it, the zodiac shit. You don't need none of that shit, man. You just pray to God, bro. That's all you need. I think that's where all the confusion comes in. I think a lot of times everybody wants God. Like, you know how we have terms like, oh, that's my truth. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, what the fuck is my truth? Like, that's how I feel, and how you feel is fleeting. You know what I'm saying? That shit always changes. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The truth is the truth, and the truth is going to stay the same at all times, just like God. But everybody wants to create their own version of God. And I think that's where that confusion comes with, because it's like we have our certain sins and our attachments that we don't want to let go of. We kind of like certain sins. We have a demons attached to us that we kind of like. We don't want to let them go. So we trying to find a God that's friendly to our demons. That I don't know if what I'm saying is making
No, no,
sense,
no.
but I
It's
think
making them.
that's what's causing all this confusion in the world. Everybody kind of trying to mold God to them. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I think that's where a lot of this confusion come from. Everybody going in a different direction, and is the only one. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I think if we all try to stay on that path, I think that will end a lot of this confusion. Everybody on some do what thou wilt shit. That's basically
yeah.
what I'm
I
saying.
got you.
Everybody doing
Understood.
some do what thou wilt, and you're not supposed to. And then even that, like the so-called tree of knowledge or whatever, we're not supposed to eat it. All this information, all this not. You don't need none of this. All you need is God. That's why you ain't supposed to bite. With too much information, gives us too much temptation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I know that I can do this, why not do it? You know what I'm saying? Now I have that knowledge and the consciousness to do these things. Now, why not do that? But also, because we're human and we're flawed, we're most likely going to do the wrong fucking thing with that information. You know what I'm saying? With that knowledge, with that consciousness, with that wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's
You
like, kind
saying
of like, if you don't know that murder exists, you're not going to kill nobody until you do it. Now now we doing it every day. It's like certain things like that.
I thought you meant like like higher science and stuff like that,
What you
spiritual
mean?
science, stuff like that. Like the more you know, the more tempted you are.
I mean, yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, I don't think we overcomplicating life, dog. I think it should be simple. I think when it's like, kind of like, how like the power of manifestation and all that shit. That's like you trying to take control of your reality. That ain't really your job. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to just, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got to work, you got to, have your dreams and your goals, but, like on this,
Yeah,
like trying to but no, just pray to God. You don't have to manifest.
I see
I
what
don't
you're
know if
saying.
what I'm saying is making
Now
sense and
you
shit.
don't have to. You don't have to. What I'm saying. You don't have to play God. You know what I'm saying. Everybody trying to play God. Like, cause you want to manifest. Really, that's what you want to do. You want to manifest your own shit. Okay.
Yeah, I don't ever word it like that. I usually just ask God for the strength and and thank God most
Well, yeah,
important.
your
Thank you,
intentions are
number one.
everything.
Yeah, number
Your
one.
intentions are everything. You know what I'm
Thank
saying? Like
thank
what
God
you
for the opportunity and the strength to do XYZ, not
Hmm.
go.
because there's even like with yoga, yeah, nigga, you go your intention. My intentions when I do yoga XYZ is to stretch. I'm trying to, what I'm saying, get my body, my ailments and shit out, right? But some people do yoga poses to the point where they are getting into some of these poses as an actual, what I'm saying, like
Spiritual,
spiritual
like
type of
opening
thing.
up doors and shit like
Yeah.
that.
So
Yeah.
what I'm saying, but as long again, like Hal said, if as long as you go into it with the right intentions and you go into it with God in your heart, then you good. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And that's with anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. But I think that's what's causing all this confusion. I think just the whole idea of religion and all that. I think a lot of people are like thinking, looking at it as like a control thing. So they kind of look at like New Age spirituality as like a thing of freedom. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a trick. You know, I think even the fact that all that shit gets promoted, you know, niggas promoting crystals. I feel like all that shit is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I used to think that shit was cool. I used to think like, oh man, this is like they don't tell us about this. It's like, bro, like, nah, man. Like, you don't know what kind of doors you opening. You don't
Yep.
know who the fuck, what demons is you letting into your home and you burning shit. Like, cause the thing that a lot of people don't understand when you burn shit, like that smoke, it becomes unseen, but that substance still exists. So just because you can't see it, don't mean it's not there. And there's an entity that's unseen that can that is attracted to whatever it is that you burning. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a burning sage, and it might burn in my house. I don't see that smoke no more, but that shit is still floating in the air. You know what I'm saying? There's an unseen entity that's
I
being
hate the way,
pulled in through that.
You said what?
I hate the way sage smell.
Really? Kind of smell like booty.
Stuff Strange Productions. What are you talking about?
What you talking about?
People
Talk.
on a podcast trend. What you talking about? We've been doing podcasts for 3 years. Probably more than that.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
A little bit more specific.
Little guy.
But yeah, man. So I think that's what's going on. I think everyone's just lost. When we had less access, less options, we only dealt with the people that was in our community. You know what I'm saying? Life was a lot more simple. We knew what we had to do. We knew what our roles was. You know what I'm saying? Now we're all dreamers. You know what I'm saying? You know. Like I think there's the such thing as too much access. It's like if you have goals and dreams, I mean, or you know, just intentions, whatever it is, you have a job to do. It's like you don't need to hear, you don't need to know every fucking thing that's going on in the world. You don't need to hear every nigga's fucking opinion about every fucking thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
But you don't see
that
the
shit is
value.
distracting.
You
too
don't
much
see
of
the
any.
value in. You don't see the value in perspective, as far as like
I mean, I think so, but
different
everybody got different
walks of
opinions
life,
on shit.
walks of life, and not even like like religion or just like spiritual paths and stuff like that. You don't see the value in perspectives.
I mean, yeah, I do think it's value in perspectives, but I also think that you can have too many perspectives to the point where it causes fucking confusion because
Yeah, yeah.
everybody got different life experiences. Everybody not going to be 100%. So if I'm taking 100 niggas' opinions on about one thing, what the fuck? I'm going to forget what the fuck I think. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting influenced by all y'all niggas. So I don't think, I think that'll just leave you in the place of like kind of just like in a place of being stuck and stagnant because you in this constant place of like, well, they think that, but they think this, but they think that, but they think this. I don't know. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You're not growing from that shit. You just getting pulled back and forth. There's no growth in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
always
too
mess
much
up,
of anything is not good.
always
I'll take a couple mil. I don't need a bit. I don't need to be a billionaire. You know what I mean? That's
always
just
mess up
crazy.
the quote, but it's like the more knowledge you obtain, it's like the less you know.
I mean, yeah,
I could
because
see that.
yeah, I agree because it can be distracting. Some information might not be it may not, you know, connect with whatever it is that you're trying to do. Like you have a lot of like useless information too. You know what I'm saying?
It just moved the
So
goalposts like further and further.
yeah, exactly. It keep you away from whatever it is you're either trying to learn, understand, or whatever the goal is that you're trying to achieve. It'll just kind of just it's like wasted energy. You know what I'm saying?
That's what the entire UFO phenomenon is. It's like the more I read into it, the less I fucking know.
That's exactly what I'm trying
Yep.
to say. That's exactly what I mean.
The less I get further and further from what it probably is like every day. But I know so much. Like I cannot put my finger on that shit whatsoever.
But yeah, man, I think that's. I mean, in a nutshell, I just think that if we kept things simpler, you know what I'm saying, keep our circles smaller, you know what I'm saying, I think it'd be less confusion, you know. Because think about it, you'll go on the internet on any given day and you can be scrolling. Then somebody will like say some shit that'll be like, oh, try this and do this, and now you just apply some shit to your life that you would have never applied to your life just by watching a 30-second clip on some random nigga, and I wasn't even looking for this shit, and it just
Right.
here it is on my phone, and now the whole trajectory of my life has changed. Now I'm doing some completely different shit, you know what I'm saying, that I would not have been thinking or even been trying to do, you know what I'm saying, in the past. So that's kind of how I look at that shit, you know.
So the motherfuckers in the bush got it good.
They probably do. I guess I would guarantee you their lives are way more simple than ours. Probably way less stress too.
Ignorance is bliss.
In certain regards, yes. In certain regards. But you know, not saying that knowledge is not necessary. You know what I'm saying?
I can't
But
help myself. I consume so much. I forget like probably 70% of it.
the key thing with knowledge is to gain wisdom through it and shit. Like, you know, just having knowledge just to have knowledge is like, you know, you got wisdom is the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're trying to get to.
I'm just
You
collecting
know,
Pokemon cards at this point.
you know. You know, but that's the overall wisdom is the goal. That's what you attain your knowledge for to get to that point. You know.
Too much. Too much my watch list, too many books, too many on my reading list. I'm tapped out. My cloud is full. Yeah. But you can do this every week with us at Overtime with the Flight Room. You can add to the conversation. You can add to the cloud. You can add to the knowledge. I mean, we're shaking and moving, trying to make stuff happen in the 2023. As long as hip hop and conspiracies is alive for the moment, we're gonna be here. This is Remy, please, Lighthouse and Keys. We're gonna catch you on the flip. This is another episode of Overtime. Overtime 103. We talk about conspiracies and rap. If Corey was here, he'd probably tell you in a very ugly way. But